Welcome, everyone, and thanks for joining us and being a part of the Nikki and Steven Live experience. Nikki and Steven Live, a place where Nikki and Steven can chat, hang, and connect with the amazing Stikker fam.
What up, mother cluckers? What are you doing with your life if you don't put pineapple on pizza? What?
Solo is the worst Star Wars movie ever created.
Toss a coin to
I didn't mean echoing.
Oh, Valley of Bloom.
Stop, dude. This is dumb. I'm leaving.
Join in on our movie nights.
I can't watch this. Fuck, wait for him to get in. Oh, God. No. No. That's a no from me. Oh, baby feet. No.
Boom.
Oh, fuck it. Can we all give Mr. John Wick a round of applause? A whole round.
Nom nom. Nom nom.
In the eye! In the eye! Ay!
Your favorite show's over? Be there for the rap party.
This is literally the most underrated television show I can personally say I have ever seen.
Word.
That was just such an epic moment that it was just, his speech was so good. Such a massive impact on the universe of Vikings.
There is nothing that you're gonna tell me that's like, he didn't survive. Because, no. La 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 la, I hear nothing.
If you thought this had a happy ending, you haven't been paying attention.
I cry every single time I see that scene again because it's so... I was shaking.
And of course, we are playing some games.
Yep, we're still in a bush, bitches. Oh my God.
I'm an aggressive accuser.
Really are. You're a dick.
Sorry guys, I had to bounce.
Oh my God.
Oh, you missed! Oh, you missed!
Ah, no! Intimidate? I don't know! Oh my God! Oh God! Oh my God! It worked! Okay, so I suck it, you blow it.
I got this fucking thing dangling from my gun now.
That's what he said!
Run! Run!
No!
What?
Bitch!
Oh my God.
Wow. Oh my God! Oh my God! Finally! Holy shit! Ah, shit! Oh my God! Dude, serpentine! Ah! I'm gonna pee my pants, I swear to God! Fuck this shit all day.
No sound. Hi. I forgot to turn the mic on. You know. I was up till 3 in the morning. Leave me alone. Just leave me alone. The Andor was worth it. I agree. That show is fantastico. Edits Gaming, is everything alright? I saw you asking if we were reading chat. Protein shake, no, this is coffee. This is our official sponsor, Madrinas. It's fantastic. It's delicious. It looks like protein in a protein shaker, but it is not. Second Eye, welcome! I mean, it's a fair assumption. I mean, it has all the markings of a protein shake, so. And I'm so swole that of course I take protein. Duh. See, Delar even confirms. Amazing coffee. It's a little unorthodox because it comes in a tube and it's powdered coffee, just like protein. But it's how they do things, and it's really good. It's delicious. They do have whole beans, which is fantastic. So if you are interested, if you like drinking coffee, they've also got fuelers, which are like all natural. Check it out. It helps support us. It helps support them. They're a small business who's growing. Tube. A tub. It's a tub. Well, it's not really a tub. It's a small container. Tubs are big. Good Lord.
Warning, Solo sucks rant. Warning, Solo sucks rant. Warning, Solo sucks rant. Warning, Solo sucks rant.
It's the worst Star Wars movie ever made. Thank you, RAM, for that. But yeah, you get 20% off if you use our code on Madrinas. So go check it out. You were watching Gladiator the other night, and I could totally see you fighting next to Russell Crowe. That could be interesting. I needed a Nikki and Steven stream today. I've been stressed as fuck about my flights to San Diego for TwitchCon. Never flown by myself before, so I think it's a big part of my stress. You'll be good, Ting. You'll be good. The cookies and cream is delicious. I hope you can have fun at TwitchCon. I've heard so many, like, I don't know. It's weird. Weird. A lot of Twitch is in a weird place these days. I don't know. But I hope you have fun. I wish we could go. I wish we could have still been Twitch partners and hanging out with the community there, because that was easily the best opportunity because of how they handle their Twitch partners, even though it sounds like they're not really handling their Twitch partners very well right now. So I don't know. Twitch can't connect to OBS right now? What? It's totally okay if they do that. Yeah, it's gonna be one of those days, chat. I think Stream Elements is actually like dying. They put out a thing that things are weird. The 50-50 revenue split, that's not gonna impact a lot of creators because most creators have 50-50. But it's more so that, like, you literally can't go on a new stream without getting like 7 ads. And it's like, we can't subscribe to everybody. Like, what the hell? Jacob, you all right? What's going on? It's kind of some negative energy we don't need in the stream. Yeah, I've watched all the Deadpool news. I think that team is a marketing masterclass on how to get people excited for your content. Oh, that was fucking fantastic. I mean, Ryan Reynolds is amazing. Hugh Jackman, obviously amazing. All their little promo videos are just perfect. It's amazing. So I'm gonna give y'all. I haven't done one of these in a while, but we're coming to the end of the year, so I got a big update. I always like to try to do these update videos. I'm gonna do it live with you guys, and then probably post it on the reaction channel. We'll talk about all of that once we start the podcast. Everything House of Dragons related, we will jump into it. We got some house cleaning to do first. You guys ready for an update? There's about 95 people here. Last of Us HBO reaction when? The show's not even out yet. So, I don't know. Let's see if OBS... No. Not personal life update. Content update. Pump the brakes. We ain't having no more kids. We're done. Alright, so as we kind of creep towards the end of the year, I felt like it was time for another update. And we got a lot going on. So the end of the year is probably going to be pretty solid. And I mean, I've already scheduled things for 2023, which is an absolutely insane thought that we're entering 2023 and have already planned out some of the stuff that's going on then, because there's a lot coming. But the first thing I want to update everyone on is Patreon. We don't talk about Patreon a lot. We don't promote it much. We put it in like a pinned comment in all of our videos. But we're making a bigger push on Patreon these days. We posted a really big, huge goal, and it's something that could be really massive. It could have a really, really big impact on us personally, and y'all, and the content in general. And as I'm speaking now, we are about halfway to that goal. And if we could hit that goal, maintain that goal, we might be talking about something really exciting and really big for the future of everything that Nikki and I are doing. Just some thoughts about what we do over there. We do have a plan to upgrade it. It is a focus. It is a thought. I think about it every day. The Last Kingdom, for example, we just posted season 2, episode 4. So we're about 3 weeks ahead of the content on Patreon currently for The Last Kingdom. If you're interested in any of the stuff that I'm talking about, there should be links to everything down below, of course. We want to do patron-only live streams. So obviously the channel, the reaction channel, is the bread and butter. It's our baby. It's the #1 focus. Everything goes through that. But Patreon is also a very big part of all of that and a very important aspect of that. So if you haven't checked out our Patreon before, just go check it out and see what you think. And they actually updated something which is really cool too. So now, before, if you signed up on like the 25th, you would get charged, and then they would charge you again on the 1st because that was their billing cycle. They got rid of that. So you get billed on the day you signed up every month. So if you signed up on the 25th, you'll get billed next month the 25th, which I think is a really, really cool addition to their billing cycle, because not everyone reads the fine print. Not everyone sees that like, oh, I signed up at the end of the month and then I'm getting charged again at the beginning of the month. I think that's a really big thing. Obviously, we could talk about the podcast, which is back. Nikki and I are cranking that bad boy out. We're doing it every Wednesday live on the live channel. And right now the focus is Game of Thrones. And we obviously want to expand that. We love having these moments of just hanging out, chatting, talking about the things that we love. So again, link to that down below. The Walking Dead returns on Sunday. This is going to be a really tricky thing with our schedule. And let me try to explain why. Obviously, The Walking Dead, it's the last 8 episodes, weekly release, but it's the last 8 episodes of the show outside of the 14 spin-offs and other shows that they have coming. But for now, because we are watching House of the Dragons on Sunday and Walking Dead releases on Sunday, we're going to be watching the Walking Dead on Monday and getting it posted as soon as possible. Once the House of Dragons is over, which is 4 more episodes as I'm speaking to you now, we'll move The Walking Dead back to Sunday and then get it out as soon as possible. It's unfortunate that AMC all of a sudden made the decision to not drop the episodes early. All of a sudden they're protecting spoilers, I guess. But that made it really easy because we could drop the episode and the reaction as soon as the episode aired and was over. So it's one of those things where once House of the Dragons is over, we'll get back to a more normal schedule for The Walking Dead. And because of The Walking Dead's return, we now have a semi-overloaded schedule. If you guys didn't know, I've got a full-time job. I'm insanely busy with that. We got 2 kids. Nikki's insanely busy with that, all the extracurricular activities they have, and all that stuff going on. So the unfortunate situation is the Sandman might have to kind of be more of a sporadic, paused type of reaction situation. We've got a handful of episodes left in that show, but it was something that we started. We probably shouldn't have, just because of our schedules. It's not that we don't love the show. Absolutely loving that show. It is so unique. It is so interesting. It is so cool. But other shows need to take priority right now. And obviously we're not going to pause The Walking Dead's last episodes ever or put anything else on pause, because everything that we're watching right now is considered a legacy show. Game of Thrones, Walking Dead, Cobra Kai, and we're into The Last Kingdom. So that's just a lot right now. And to be honest, WBTV's back up to their old tricks again. I don't know what happened with them, but everything was cool during Peacemaker, but now they're kind of being jerks again with the Sandman. So just keep your eyes open for Sandman content. Try to watch it as much as possible. We have to get through the Cobra Kai, and the moment one thing ends, Sandman's right back. Whether we get through Cobra Kai first or the House of the Dragon ends or whatever, we'll get back to it as soon as possible. And then one of the last small pieces of content news is Andor reactions aren't happening. I'm doing watch-alongs with them at the release, so basically midnight doing live streams to watch along with the community. We're also not doing reactions to She-Hulk. Andor is awesome, having a blast watching it with the community, those who show up at the crazy hours that Disney drops the shows. So yeah, that's basically the update. For those that are live right now, do you guys have any questions about any of the stuff that I just mentioned? It's actually better they're doing it this way for the last episodes. I completely disagree. You can't create a precedent that you're going to do something a certain way and then change it. That's terrible. Yeah, WB is doing some... They're doing stuff in a really kind of shady kind of way too, because when normal companies claim something, they'd be like, oh hey, you got to remove like this minute and a half. It's like, oh okay, cool, you could go into the editor and remove stuff. With WBTV, and you go in and try to like remove the segment, it's literally the whole video, and that's supposed to be against the terms of service in terms of them as a content creator making claims. And I've tried to talk to YouTube about it, but they don't give a shit. They're not going to go up against Warner Brothers and be like, hey, you need to be better about this. Whatever. WB wants to take the couple $100 that the videos make. Fuck them. Like, we're just back to never watching anything WB related ever again. And that's unfortunate because that probably includes Peacemaker Season 2. It's just one of those things that's just messed up. Yeah, I mean, our videos always fall within fair use every time. It's unfortunate. Is Midnight Club next on the roster for shows after things cool down? Probably not. I guess this is another content update. The Rings of Power, they're on the show is on the list along with Midnight Club. I don't know if we're gonna get to them. I don't know what the end, like, this is the first time the end of the year looks kind of light, so we might actually try to take advantage and enjoy like the holidays with the family instead of being stressed out about posting content, because there's always shows dropping around Christmas and New Year's and stuff. So we'll see, but the next new thing that we have to do, we have to get to, hold on, let me pull up the schedule. We have to get to the Pacific this year, probably. Like, I've been talking about the Pacific for a while. We've been talking about the Pacific for a while. I think the Pacific is going to happen in 2022. We'll see. Cobra Kai usually dropped very beginning of the year. Oh, I know it was just a question. And just answered it the way I answer questions. Yeah, we're good on mods. If we need mods, we'll ask. The thing about Rings of Power is by the time we have the availability to get to it, it's going to be a heavy, heavy load. Just because of how long the episodes are. I don't know if we're going to be able to fit that into the schedule. And it's not something I want to try to cram in at the end of the year kind of thing either. If that makes sense. Because like looking at the, like October is going to be nuts. What is Blood Origin? What is that? October is going to be nuts, and then things are going to lighten up in November. And then November, December are going to be pretty light. So we'll be seeing what kind of options we have there. It's a prequel Netflix show. Is it animated? Does it have Geralt in it? I mean, I don't, like, spin-offs are a delicate thing. No Geralt, no watching. I mean, will we be reacting to horror movies during Halloween month? I mean, we only have probably two watch parties scheduled for October.
Because we have some real life stuff that we have to take kids
Yeah,
to.
we've got real life stuff going on. So there's no movie night this Saturday, and then there won't be a movie night on
The 29th.
the 29th, but we'll try to probably figure out a way to get a Halloween watch party in.
Because there's activities that the kids want to do, and I'm not going to tell them, no, I have to work. I will be right back. I'm going to go get a drink. Do you need anything?
I'm good.
Okay.
Just make sure the little's good to go. So what? The Last Kingdom has been fucking epic. Real life comes before everything. Interview with the Vampire, never heard of it, not considering it. You talking about in the open? The show that I talk about being underrated in the open? I'm talking about Black Sails in the open, if that's what you're asking about. Meet and greet? I mean, we want to, but it has to... Again, when we do things like that, we have to, like, move things around in our life a lot. Because we're obviously not taking the kids to a sticker event. So we gotta find babysitters for them. We gotta figure out basically a sleepover for them. So like, we have to alter a lot of things for stuff like that. So yes, we want to, but it has to be the right time, the right environment, the right opportunity. All the things need to click into place. So
Where is the thingy?
it's over here.
Where is it?
Probably underneath the computer that you moved.
Damn it.
Favorite characters in Black Sails? I mean, Flint.
Oh, God. Seriously?
Flint's amazing. John Silver's amazing.
Charles Vane.
Vane's amazing. Like, everyone.
Honestly.
The entire cast is absolutely incredible.
Except for Eleanor. Fuck Eleanor.
Oh my god.
Sorry.
She was redeemed at the end.
Not. Fuck it.
No spoilers.
Sorry, get my legs in here, get my drink. Yeah, if you are a part of our Discord, we talked about that particular scene extensively, Deblina. So we are aware.
And we're gonna talk about it right now.
Everybody have to pee now? Let me turn. Oh, hi. Hi. What's up, you guys? Let me turn the air on because it's hot as hell in this fucking state right now. Shout out to all my Floridians. I'm worried for you. Get your shit in order. I'm worried for you folks. Category
Someone asked
5
me if I'm
hurricane.
a part of your guys' Discord that they said I get mod. No, you don't. No.
What? Who said that?
We're not adding any mods right now.
No, yeah, just because you're a part of the Discord doesn't mean anything. As far as mod status, it means that you can talk to us all day.
Paul's probably dealing with some stuff.
Yeah. Paul, I
think someone was just
bunkering down.
I think someone was just asking you if you're part of the Discord. We're not adding any mods. You'll know when we are.
Yeah.
Because we will announce it likely.
Yeah. I'm still stuck on The Last Kingdom. Oh, girl, it's good. Last Kingdom is good shit. It's good shit.
I mean, the first season, like a lot of big world building shows, they start slow.
Yeah.
And I hate to use the word. I need this space right here for the mouse.
Watch your arms. Don't touch my book.
Like, deliberate. Like, shows deliberately start slow on purpose. That's called storytelling.
But if the show is slow for 3 seasons,
right,
I'm out.
That's the...
If it's slow for a couple episodes, it's okay.
Half a season.
But yeah, this like multi-season, oh, just wait for it. Like, what? No. Yeah, I've been talking to Dixie. They're hunkering down. So our son, Uba, is sleeping on the oldest bed, so we should be good.
Keep him asleep.
Yeah.
Because he causes this
chaos.
Total disruption.
All right. Do you want me to talk about Handmaid's Tale?
No, we haven't started anything yet.
Oh, did you want that on the podcast, or do you want me to just talk about it?
No, it's part of the podcast.
Oh, sorry. No spoilers. I won't be giving any spoilers away.
We're going to start the pod.
Joe Meggs! Did you record?
Not yet.
It is time once again for the Stikker Podcast with your hosts, Nikki and Steven.
Is that the one with the dude with the huge arms and the hot chick that rolls her eyes at him all the time?
That's the one. The Stikker Podcast starts now.
Yeah, it does. I love that intro so much. I think that is so much fun.
Somebody called me a hot chick? Stop it.
The dude with the huge arms, the hot chick, always roll. Yeah, it's amazing. Absolutely love it. It's so cool. Gotta thank again, massive shout out to Paul Sura the voice of everything that we do
Yes.
on all of our channels, the podcast, everything, the best.
Would you say that he's the best around?
The best there ever was, the best there
Oh my
is, the
God.
best there ever will be, yes.
No, we were talking about his jiu-jitsu instructor earlier, and I was like, you should just have that on your phone, like, ready to go for when he walks into the jiu-jitsu studio. The best around!
Yeah.
Sorry.
I mean, he is the best around.
But also, Paul Sura.
Yeah, Paul's, that's what I'm talking about.
That's I know.
I mean, my jiu-jitsu coach is the best ever also, but
Yes.
still, Paul, the voice,
Oh my
he's
God.
amazing.
Sorry. Pause! Paul is in the chat. Paul, are you okay? Oh my God. We're worried about you, Paul. I'm thinking about you constantly. I'm talking to your sister. We love you. Please stay safe. The entire state of Florida. And we're back.
All right, so we got a lot to talk about today. We're going to do a couple little, like, I'm watching Andor, Nikki's watching Handmaid's Tale.
Handmaid's Tale. I'm gonna murder you. For all of you audio listeners, right now I have my hands wrapped around Steven's neck.
We're going to each share non-spoiler reviews of where the show is currently. We're going to do our deep dive like we do every week into the House of Dragons. Did I say that right? House of the Dragon. I don't know what the hell I'm doing.
Hot
Words
D.
are hard.
We're just gonna talk about all the hot D things.
But first, how about some softball tan? I think this is one of my new favorite things to acknowledge, because every Sunday we're at the softball fields for our oldest doubleheaders.
Minimum of 5 hours. Minimum.
We're there all day, and every night when we come to sit down to watch the new episode of Game of Thrones, House of the Dragon, I look like a completely different person.
Than the week prior. It just keeps getting deeper of a tan all the way around his eyes, where if you notice, he has sunglasses.
It is so
permanent white sunglasses.
It's like forever on the channel. You're gonna watch like a video that was posted on a Friday, and then like the Monday Game of Thrones video be like, what is Steve doing? What is happening?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, softball tans are a fun thing. If you guys ever notice how dark I seem to look during those, and I don't know if you could actually tell about my sunglasses tan,
turn to that way. Right there. It starts.
you can kind of tell.
Yeah.
It's still there. But like I'm putting sunblock on, it's not really working.
You need to
But
reapply your
it doesn't
sunblock.
really. I mean, again, we're in the 105 degree heat for 5, 6, 7 hours.
Unfortunately, the heat actually got to me this weekend, so I was in the bushes puking. So fun times, good stuff. Thankfully, it was right before we left, so I was like, I gotta go. Bye, guys. Have fun with the rest of the games.
Yeah. So, Andor, it's a show I'm currently watching. Handmaid's Tale, it's currently a show Nikki's watching. Andor's up to episode 4. I absolutely love this show. I think it is so cool. It is so unique. It feels like Star Wars, yet it doesn't feel like Star Wars, but it's clearly in the universe of Star Wars. I feel bad for anyone who decided to stop watching it after like episode 2 or 3. It's a deliberately slow show because it's building tenseness, it's building story, it's building characters, it's making you feel the impact of the world that they're currently living in. And it's not going to be a cameo fest. It's not going to be a crazy fan service show. I love it through 4. I think it's so good. I think it's so interesting. I cannot wait to keep watching it. I watch it at midnight with the community on the live channel. So you guys should come join me and hang out. And so much fun. And that's the show that I'm kind of watching alone. Yeah. Nikki is currently watching The Handmaid's Tale on her own.
Handmaid's Tale. I'm going to murder you.
What are your thoughts of this show?
Well, I just want to first off give a shout out to our moderator, Leilana, who's the one who got me started on Handmaid's Tale. We started watching it together, and then I couldn't make time to sit down and watch with her, so I had to watch and also do other stuff. So like put together IKEA furniture while watching blah blah blah. And it's addicting. There are some episodes, if you know me, if you've been watching me for any length of time, there are some episodes where I physically had to make myself pay attention to something else really quick or I would be sobbing. But, I mean, trigger warning on that show, sexual violence, children, harm. It's disturbing. It's disturbing to say the least. But currently, we're on season 5. I caught up yesterday while kids were at school. I caught up on the first 3 episodes. And then I watched episode 4 of season 5 last night. And I just don't think it's just done so well. I can't even like convey the right words. It's such a good show, and like you feel the emotions of anger and despair, and it's such a good show. I really wish that Steven had the time to catch up so he could watch with me, and I'm hoping that this is not the final season, but traumatizing is a good word. Traumatizing. Disturbing but awesome, yes. It's, oh God, just... Oh, I wish I could talk to you about it, like, while we're watching it, because I'm just like, did you see June? Did you see Moira? Did you see Luke? Just, oh God. Anyways, that's my non-spoilery-ish, although I am setting expectations because it's so fucking good, but there's a lot of trauma.
Those rules only work for us. Y'all can't set expectations.
Yeah, that's true.
It's a show that has been requested for a very long time, and... it's probably a good thing that we didn't react to it based off of...
Oh my God, that's the other thing that I was going to talk about. I'm very happy that we did not put this on our channel. The amount of things taken out of context. And I think a lot of how you react to things comes from your background or things that you have personally dealt with in your life. And so for someone to react to this show and then the people watching you react to it, leave a comment that is nasty or says something about you, it can be taken in such a harmful way. So I'm very happy that we are not watching this on the channel. So
I mean, there are moments where I've like had to go check on her. Be like, what's happening? Like, what?
Actually,
you all right? Like, what happened?
Since you say that, so I watched the first 3 episodes before I went to pick up the kids from school, and I was alone all day yesterday. Steven was at work. I was alone. I redid my nails. I cut them off and turned them red instead of black with green glitter. Driving to school to pick up my children, I felt affected. Like, when I watch something like that, and especially when I'm by myself and have no one else to bounce ideas off of, I'm affected. I am that type of person. I will carry that with me throughout the day, week, month, whatever. Like, I can't just drop stuff off somewhere else. It stays with me. So, like, when you tell me your problem, it doesn't just stay with you, it stays with me too. So sometimes I can't listen to certain people because then I will take it with me. And that's one of my toxic traits, I guess you could say. I'll take it with me. So right now I'm worried about some folks because they're near and dear to me. So I'm carrying that with me. So like, let's say, for example, I cry about something that somebody wouldn't normally cry about. It's because I'm carrying other stuff with me. I don't know. What do you call that? An empath?
I have no idea.
I hate to say that word because like certain YouTubers have used that phrase and I don't like it. But it's such a good show. I highly recommend it if you can get past the traumatizing violence of it all. But
all right. That was a good review.
Thank you so
Without
much.
spoiling anything. That was solid.
I hope so.
You ready to jump into House of Dragon?
Sir!
Hot D!
I'm ready!
Hot D, episode 6. So before we jump into the basic recap of the episode and highlighting some of the stuff that went down, gonna ask the live members a very important question. What team are you on? Team Allison? Team Rhaenyra? Vote away. Instead of just asking y'all you like it or don't like it, every time we've asked that, it's been like 96% that you liked it. So let's create a little conflict.
Oh, God.
Let's build a little conflict in the live chat. But this was another great episode. It's really cool to see the viewership growth continue episode to episode. And it makes sense because it's an awesome show that I feel like has built a lot of really big stakes.
Yeah.
And things are getting really, as if things weren't already intense, things are getting way more intense. And I think it's a really, really powerful show now. Well, has been, but we're getting into I feel like we're getting into the meat and potatoes of the show. And we got a massive time jump, which we'll talk about the time jump, but we'll talk about the time jump in very specifically, but I thought it was initially going to be when they showed us that, it was very jarring, but it kind of went away pretty quick.
The jarring?
The time jump.
It was.
I mean, we're gonna deep dive into it. What was your initial thought about it?
I didn't like it at first. Okay. I'll be honest. I hated it at first. I was like, "What the fuck is this? What happened? Where is everybody? Why? What?" But I mean, obviously, you have to get over it in order to continue to watch the show. So
I think part of the reason why it was so jarring and surprising for us is we don't watch promotional material, we don't read articles, we don't follow the news once a show starts because spoilers. Hello. Yeah. We want to stay as dark as possible and as blind as possible going into things, so we don't know what's happening. I did see somewhere, I'm not going to say who or where, but I did see somewhere that there were young and old actors for those two characters, for Rhaenyra and Alicent. I didn't know the context. I didn't know why it was happening. I figured it was something that we were going to have flashbacks or flash forwards or something. And the way they kind of interjected this into the season, I think that's part of the reason why it was so shocking for us. But again, we got a lot of really good questions this week. So I'm going to keep this kind of intro part kind of short and get to the questions that were submitted. And for the live audience, if you guys do have questions, make sure you get those in. If you super chat them, we will get to all the super chats once we are done and do our official Q&A with y'all. But yeah, we have a lot of really good questions that we want to get to, so I'm going to power through this. King Viserys is alive. Shocking. Did not expect. There were questions that he was going to be alive from last episode to this episode.
Right here. Questions about it all day. I thought that guy was fucking dead already.
But what about a 10-year time jump and he's still alive?
And he's still alive.
Wild. Absolutely insane. Lars Strong is becoming a really, really big player. Dude killed his dad and his brother. Dude. What the hell, dude? This guy, I think he's going to be like Alicent's been basically every episode. I feel like this dude's going to be a really big talking point moving forward, and we're going to definitely talk about him a lot. Kids. There are kids everywhere now. Oh God, everyone's got kids.
Everybody's got a kid.
Everybody's got multiples.
Has at least 3.
There's kids everywhere, and it's just absolutely insane. It was really interesting. That introduction to Aegon, it's like, come on, bro. Hanging in Tommen's window and exposing himself and releasing himself.
He didn't get to release.
He didn't get to release.
There was a pause of release. Does that burn?
What?
Does it burn? When you stop?
It depends I guess it depends on the point you're stopping. I couldn't say where he was exactly. But yeah, needless to say, interesting introduction to who could potentially be heir to the throne. Just saying. It was also a very interesting transition for Daemon, because from my point of view, and you could share what you think, it kind of felt like he was checked out a little bit in this episode. It felt like everything...
Absolutely, I felt that.
Felt like everything that he kind of was like thriving towards through the first handful of episodes kind of was gone in this. I don't know. And I don't know if that was an intentional thing. I don't know if we're reading into that wrong. But he has a wife, 2 kids, and
He had 3.
No, 2 kids. 2 with a 3rd on the way. We were wrong about that. That's something we got wrong. He had twins, and she was pregnant. Lena.
But that would be the 3rd child.
Lena would have been she was pregnant with the 3rd. We said she was pregnant with the 4th. So we were wrong with how many kids that he had.
Well, because they said 4 dragons.
Right, I don't think that's what that meant. She was pregnant, she ran into some complications, ended up taking her own life by dragonfire, which was...
she wanted a dragon rider's death.
I don't know if... Yeah, I mean, that was such an emotional moment because her dragon was like, Mom, I don't want to
do this.
Like, it was really hard to watch that, but she wanted to go out like that instead of dying of childbirth. Something interesting, they actually cut a scene where Daemon kind of comforts his kids.
Correct.
Which shows and movies do this all the time. And it's obviously a deliberate act, which is done for a very specific reason. I'm wondering why they decided to cut that scene. Are they trying to make Daemon come across a certain way?
Yes.
Because I feel like it would have been a really impactful moment actually seeing Daemon embrace his kids. I think it would have completely shifted the maybe feeling of him going into that. And the fact that they would cut that out, I think it's a clear message and very intentional that they want the viewers to feel a certain way for him. And I don't think there's any doubt that he loves his family, all of his family. But the way he reacted to that was just, I don't know, I just thought it was really interesting. And cutting that scene, I think that says a lot. So those are basically the main points from this episode. And of course, it's time to jump into what has become my favorite segment of the podcast every week.
So, what did Nikki and Steven get wrong this week?
There were a few things that we got wrong or missed. There was a new Grand Maester, which is probably the reason why Varys was still alive. Didn't notice that. The king's left arm was missing? Hello?
I didn't see that shit at all.
What in the hell? I didn't even see it while editing. Like, I feel like all of his scenes were so dark. It's basically brought up the discussion that we need to upgrade our TV. We're going to go big.
Yeah.
We sit far away from our TV, and when there's like dark scenes, it's kind of hard to see sometimes. The TV that we're watching on, it's plenty big enough, but it was brand new it's brand new with the house we moved in, so it's like 9 years old. It's probably time to upgrade, but had no freaking idea.
Actually, that's the older TV.
Is it?
That's the one that came from when we lived in the condo. So that's at least 15 years old.
Yeah.
Or more.
So we're going to upgrade that, but I'm absolutely blown away.
That one is actually not that old because we had to replace it.
Oh, yeah. Someone's kid broke it.
Broke it with
but still
Moana's boat oar.
Yeah, regardless, it needs to be upgraded. But we sit far away from our TV. Maybe one day we'll do a reaction room tour. But it's just, even while editing, I watched the episode 2 more times while editing, and I still didn't even notice that his arm was gone.
No, somebody had to show a picture in our Discord Game of Thrones channel that was like it still had the sleeve and it was just an empty sleeve.
Right.
How the fuck am I supposed to notice that there's no fucking arm in there?
Right. It's
like
it's been hard to see.
I'm focusing on what they say, what they do. I just didn't catch a missing body part.
Yeah, that was pretty wild.
How did you miss that his right pinky toe was gone? Fake fans. No.
Oh jeez. It's just a wild thing to show that he's continuing to completely deteriorate. He's falling apart.
So it was his fingers. Now it's his arm. What else is gonna be next?
What's next?
He's just gonna be a head, just a head
right?
on the freaking.
Well, he might lose his head because it's climbing up his arm.
Well, that's why I'm
who knows?
Maybe they can like bypass the head, just get the. It's just gonna be a torso. Oh my god!
Wild. We already mentioned the Daemon and the kids thing. He has twin daughters with the.
Okay.
Was gonna have a third on the way.
Clearing it up. Thank you, Leilana. They had 3 dragons and an egg. A dragon for Lena, a dragon for Daemon, a dragon for their firstborn, their second, well, one of the twins, I assume. Yeah. The second child
she was the one who was
had an egg that was trying to roast it over the fire to get it to open. And then, so that, I get it now. Thank you so much. Thank you.
I think the big one that everyone clobbered us all over, well, me, because I said it, absolutely clobbered me about in the comments for the reaction. Targaryens are not all fireproof.
Okay.
Duh. I mean, okay, we saw that with with Rhaegar and his golden crown. Targaryens aren't fireproof. Okay, got it, thanks. Daenerys was,
an oddity.
Magical.
Yeah.
So,
yeah,
there's that. So, those are the things that we missed, got wrong. And I feel like there's going to be stuff every week because, again, these shows are so dark that it's going to be hard to see some things. And noticing, like, Graham Maester is not there or someone's different, like, those aren't necessarily always characters that jump out at you right away. But, yeah, I think it's a lot of fun to be able to kind of highlight and focus on some of the stuff we missed because it's important to catch things and to make sure that we have the whole story. But like I mentioned right off the top, we've got a ton of questions from the community and a lot of stuff that's going to really drive the conversation. So we're going to just jump right into it.
I apologize, chat. I will not be reading you while we talk about this stuff, so. Okay, so Olivier, or Oliver, as we like to call you, Martin, do you feel a 10-year time jump is too much and we missed interesting storyline? Or did they get back to pick up the story at the right period? Gypsy Undead, do these time jumps piss you off? The show could have been more fleshed out with a little more content in between the time jumps. North, do you think that... Oh. So North is separate?
Yes.
Okay. So...
I didn't color coordinate them this week. So.
Okay. Well, you should have. Oliver and Gypsy, thank you so much for your time jump questions.
I don't think the time jump pissed me off. I think it was just jarring, and I feel like I've talked about this a few different times. Because they hit us with a pretty severe time jump right at the beginning of the show.
Yeah.
I don't think we're going to be missing anything important if they give us a time jump.
I wanted to know some things.
I mean...
How did she get in cahoots with the commander? How did that relationship even begin? Was it just a agreed upon thing, like directly after marriage? Like, hey, listen, this is what's gonna go down. We're gonna have a bunch of kids because my husband doesn't give a shit about what's underneath this dress.
I mean, I think the Christian Cole thing is probably the biggest thing that I was kind of curious about because dude just was like still in his post and still doing his thing. Like he didn't suffer any penalties at all. Again,
I think him being jelly in his post is his punishment.
Yeah. I think there's a lot of really good questions to come up out of what happened in this time jump, this 10 years, that's a huge time jump. I feel like it's not important to the overall story. I think all we're supposed to know is like, oh, hey, by the way, Rhaenyra's baby daddy is now this dude over here.
I have a question about that, though, too.
I don't think they're hiding super important stuff in the time jumps. From my point of view, I'm obviously not a show producer or a movie creator, but I am very passionate about content creation and telling stories. I'm wondering if the time jump would have been more effective if they started the episode with the young actors and then did like some kind of transition.
Right.
Like mid-episode going from young Rhaenyra to old Rhaenyra kind of thing. And like the first thought is like doing the type of jump that they gave us with Jon. Seeing baby Jon when that reveal happened to an up-close shot of Jon's face to basically say, like, hey, these are the same people. I wonder if that would have been a more effective way of doing the time jump. But again, I don't know. Like, it was weird right away for me, but it didn't last very long. It felt like it went away pretty quickly.
I get that.
So, what other question did you have?
North. Oh, I mean, to discuss, like, the relationship with the commander. And I don't mean this to sound insensitive, but is there ways way back then to get together to create a baby without having to, so that you can fake it, so that you can, yes, these are my children. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, how do you, I'm not trying to be offensive, make a baby? Well, because obviously he's not into her. He's into Carl. But, like, could they just do it? Could they just have sex? I mean, probably couldn't, I don't know. To just have the baby so that they wouldn't be so much talk behind their back.
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I don't know. What is your question with that? You're talking about Rhaenyra?
Yeah, I'm talking about Rhaenyra and Laenor. Like, can they just have sex to create a baby, even though Laenor is clearly not into that? But I'm not trying to be offensive.
I don't know if that would be appropriate to try to
force something like that on. I mean, because that would be considered like assault, I feel like. But I don't know.
I mean, we kind of saw that play out in the original show at some point.
Just so that there wouldn't be any questions for them. Just so that they wouldn't be, talked shit about behind their backs. I feel bad in a way that there's so much shit being talked about them for the way that they choose to have a relationship.
Yeah, I think it's a really complicated situation, obviously. Yeah. But I don't know if that conversation took place. I don't know if that's something that Alicent and Laenor even discussed. But, I mean, we're going to talk about her a lot, I feel like. I feel like the way she's acting and having these essentially bastard children is a problem. Because of who she is and what role she's playing and everything that, obviously appearance and perception and what people think is a really important thing in this world.
Right.
And I don't know. It's a really interesting story. So I think it just creates a really big element of just conflict and chaos.
Right.
That I think is going to be really interesting to see where it plays out.
Necessary for the show. North. Thank you for the question, North. And is that Crystal? Do you think that Rhaenyra's first thought is that Alicent ordered an assassination of the Hand and his son Harwin, her children's true father? We are assuming here, or do you think that someone will hint to it to her? And Crystal, going forward, do you think that Alicent and Larys will remain allies? I think Larys has an agenda, and I don't think he'll let anybody stand in his way, not even Alicent. To talk about that for a second, I think Alicent is in deep shit. I don't think she understood how much of a deep shit she's in, how much debt she is now owing to Larys. I think Larys is trying to
Is it Larys or Lara? Is she...
Larys.
How do you say it?
I thought it was Larys.
I thought it was Laris.
It's L-A-Y-R-S, Larys.
Is that how it's spelled, or is that a typo?
L-A-R-Y-S? I have L-A-Y-R-S.
Hold on, let me pull it up. L-A-R-Y-S, Laris.
Oh, Laris. Oh, well, I've been spelling it wrong this whole time.
Nikki's right. It's Laris. Like Varys. Laris.
Larry. Anyways, so I think she can't cash that check. She can't. The look on her face, though, when he was basically I took care of it, shit. She's like, I'm in deep shit. I can't pay this back.
Well,
I can't
the look
do
on
this.
her face was insane.
Yes.
When he was revealing everything that was going down. So here's the question about Rhaenyra's first thought. I'm wondering if he's going to go to her and try to play both sides and be like, oh, hey, by the way.
Oh, well, why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you play both sides? If you are that, schemy, yes, you better have your hand in all the cookie jars, trying to get everything that you can, because power is power.
Mm-hmm. I think this dude is going to be a massive, massive player moving forward. I think he's going to be the focus of a lot of conversations. I think him and Alicent, I feel like going forward are going to be absolutely massive storylines. And
I don't think that Alicent intended it to be that bad.
I agree.
I think that she is in way over her head. I mean, you could see
it was written all over her face, just wait, what?
All over her head. Yes.
What in the hell?
Sorry, I mean all over her face, all over her head. That too. Iron Minotaur and Schnick Floyd from Iron. Do you think Alicent is making good chess player moves, or do you think she's doing everything on autopilot and doesn't care about the consequences? And then Schnick, do you still agree with Alicent?
Do you still agree with Alicent? I don't think anyone is agreeing with Alicent.
I am not.
At least from my point of view, seeing things through their eyes and understanding why they are doing stuff isn't the same thing as agreeing with their actions. I could see why she's acting the way she is. I fully understand it. And she's been manipulated since she was a child.
Word.
Her dad has been feeding things to her since she was little. Her dad, and for anyone who has a close relationship with their father, I feel like you're going to take what they say to a different level than what anyone else would be telling you. So when he's on his way out and he's telling her, hey, by the way, your kids, they're in danger because they're the threat. Hey, by the way, this stuff going on over here is the threat. And then with Larys, the fact that he was revealing information to her about Alicent or Rhaenyra being sick with the tea, all that stuff, she's been manipulated and influenced since the beginning.
Yeah.
It's not an excuse. It's not support for her. It's an understanding of why she's acting the way she is. Because again, it makes sense for her to be acting like this under these circumstances. The moment King Viserys' wife died and the queen was gone, Otto was like, go get him. Go now and go console the king. And he played his hand so well that Viserys ended up marrying her. I think that she's just a subject of manipulation. And now it's just normal for her to be where she is.
So I don't think that she is making good chess player moves because she's not the one in control of those moves. I think that she thinks she is, but especially when Larys does the things that he does and she doesn't understand what's happening, that's not a good chess player if you don't know what's happening.
Yeah, I think she was playing the game really well to the point, but then I think things got
out of control.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I said during the reaction, I'm not Team Alicent. I think she should be better than this. I just don't think that she should sink down to a Larys type level. That makes me think of her. I think less of her, I guess.
I think it's out of her control at this point.
Yeah.
I think she's been so manipulated, and it's what she knows. It's even the moment with her son, where, I mean, Aegon basically didn't give a shit about anything that was going on. And she grabbed his face and was like yelling at him like, you are the threat. You are what they're going to come after. You need to step up and focus and stop fucking around and jerking off out the window. Stop screwing around. This is important.
Oh my God.
So you could tell that all of this, and again, this has been a 10-year plus situation that has been playing out. It's impacted her greatly. And I feel like it's almost completely shifted her mindset, her character, and it's why I've been talking about since the beginning. And again, I hate to compare her to characters from the original show, and I don't think she's going to be on the same level, but it's why I keep talking about her as becoming a quote-unquote Cersei level of character. The power, the corruption, the shit that she's getting involved in is just going to keep taking her down a road that is going to continue to influence her decisions. And I feel like there was a moment she was at fork in a road, and it was like, you go this way, things are fine. You go this way, things become chaotic. And with a lot of help and nudging and basically being shoved down the other road, things are chaotic and crazy.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of it is, obviously she's a grown-ass woman. She should know what is right, what is wrong. But again, this is Game of Thrones. This is Westeros. We're in King's Landing.
Yes.
There are always people who you think are your allies, your friends, and they necessarily are not. And they will continue to whisper things into your ear to make you feel a certain way. And then we kind of see how all that plays out.
Yes. A small discussion. I did not appreciate anyone saying shit about Rhaenyra behind her back.
Oh.
I just didn't. And it was a discussion over on our Discord. Apparently, people were slut-shaming Rhaenyra. And I'm like, first off, that's just how things were done back then. So for current times people to be talking shit about a person who... She didn't cheat on her husband. It was an agreement on their open marriage.
Yeah. There was no cheating.
She had one partner. She had 3 children
as far as we know.
With one partner.
There was one curly-haired boy in there. There could be a connection to Cole.
I don't give a
Never
crap.
know.
Okay.
Never know. You never know.
What somebody does behind closed doors is none of my fucking business. That's it.
I mean, I think it's a really silly discussion to even bring up, because the moment they knew they were getting married, like, Rhaenyra went and spoke to Lenore and was like, hey, by the way, I know I'm not what you want, and I'm cool with that, so I think we should just make an agreement now. You go do your thing, I'm gonna do my thing, we'll be married, things will be cool. And I just think that's the way, like, they were both cool. And you saw Lenore's face. He like smiled and was like, oh, okay, cool, this ain't gonna be so bad then.
But I do feel bad that people are talking shit behind their back, and I
that sucks.
You know, you would hope that they could like somehow figure out a way that they could still produce children together without, I don't know, affecting them individually.
Yeah.
Jay King, now that Rhaenyra has moved to Dragonstone for the time being, do you think Alicent will spread the word of the illegitimacy of Rhaenyra's kids around King's Landing? And do you think this will seriously hurt Rhaenyra's claim for the throne? Yes and yes.
This is such a big thing.
Yes and yes.
I think her not being in those meetings now.
Yes. Alicent is going to run with this shit. She is going to tell whoever will listen to her, because all she wants, I mean, she even told Larys that, all she wants is for somebody to stick up for her. Alicent just wants somebody to hold her hand and just be on her side. So if she can talk shit to whoever will listen, she will do it.
The interesting thing with this situation now is, again, I feel like it's hit a tipping point with Alicent, to where I'm not necessarily sure this is what she wants. But again, it's been planted into her brain that Rhaenyra's kids are the enemy. They're going to try to kill her family, which, as a parent, you hear something like that.
Yeah.
And from her point of view, it makes sense. It's like you have to, like, the born sons of the king, the people are going to want them to rule. That's going to be like, that's a natural line of succession.
Right, well, and...
regardless of who Viserys named as his heir.
Well, and they made it very clear that they don't want a female. They want a male. They've made that very clear.
So I think it's very obvious that things have been planted in her brain, and I'm not sure that her actions are going to... I think she shifted. I think her mindset... I think the love for Rhaenyra, I think a lot of stuff has kind of shifted because of the game being played around her. Because she's essentially a tool for other people's motives at this point. It's very, like, her whole life has been very, very sad to watch play out, because... That's
what I want for her. I want her to stick up for herself and say what she wants instead of, like, just letting everybody cloud her judgment.
Yeah.
That's why I'm like, God, I just want you to do better. I want you to be better. I want you to be a queen. I want you to act like a boss. I don't want you to do this shit behind closed doors, sneaky secrets. I want you to be a queen.
And I think part of, like, Alicent's feelings towards Rhaenyra have shifted. I feel like there's animosity there because, again, the way they edited the one scene a couple episodes ago where Rhaenyra was out having fun with Daemon, like out in the town doing what she was doing, and she was just laying in bed while Viserys was doing his thing, looking miserable. The way they edited those two scenes, it made it clear that Rhaenyra's free. She gets to go do whatever she wants.
Right.
She's the heir. She has a certain life. And Alicent has been basically put in a position since she was young to essentially not have a free life. And I feel like part of that, in addition to all of the other things that are being fed to her, has built a level of animosity. And you could see it now with the way she talked to her son, the way she grabbed Aegon's face and like yelled at him about how valuable and important this whole situation is. I think she's there. So I think it's a really interesting dynamic. It's definitely something that we're going to continue to see play out. And I 100% think it makes sense for Rhaenyra to go to Dragonstone because that's where she's supposed to be. She's the queen of Dragonstone. That's her place, her castle, her land. But when you're kind of out of sight, out of mind, not being in King's Landing, not being in those meetings, I feel like it, and maybe it doesn't even just necessarily come from Alicent. Maybe there's other people who start feeding that stuff into those meetings.
No, that makes sense too, absolutely.
And, I mean, once King Viserys dies, dude, I think shit is going to hit the fan. It's going to be fucking nuts. I feel like there's going to be, like, rivalries and civil war and just absolute chaos because, again, with the whole Valerians, they've got a really big stake in this, too. And Lord Corlys...
Where was he? Was he not... He was not in this episode,
I didn't
correct?
see him this episode, no. But they have a very big stake in Rhaenyra's claim to the throne also. So it's almost like... I feel like I've mentioned this a few times. We've got the Valerians and Rhaenyra's situation, and then you have Alicent and the people. And she's going to have a lot of support from the people just with the whole idea that, you know, Aegon, he's got the name... He's the firstborn son of the king.
Yeah.
He's going to be the one that people are going to be fighting for to be king. And the moment Viserys is gone, I feel like shit is just going to get absolutely insane.
Yeah. But, I mean, I feel like if Corlys was there, he would also try to shut that shit down. So I would.
If he was in those meetings?
Well,
yeah, 100%.
Just anywhere where somebody's talking shit about Rhaenyra. Schnick! So Rhaenyra did drink the tea. Harwin strong-fathered all 3 of her sons.
I think that's the assumption.
Or she just didn't produce a child from that union.
Or she, yeah. I don't know what the status is with the tea, but I think it's pretty clear that Harwin was the father for all 3 kids. I mean, there is a funny thing, the idea that one of the kids had curly hair could be one of Cole's kids. I don't think so. I don't think Cole...
They look too similar.
Yeah.
By the way, the actors that they find for these characters, like, perfect. Like, are these children actually brothers?
Oh, right.
Like, how did they manage that excellently?
They planted the seeds really good early on with Harwin too, because
Harwin had curly hair.
Oh, did he have curly hair?
It was like
more wavy than curly.
No,
right?
I think Cole's is more wavy than curly.
Oh, did I get it all flipped?
Yeah. How dare?
They planted those seeds early with Harwin, which I thought was kind of cool.
Yeah.
Because if you think about it, when she shows up with the pig early in the episode, the hog, he's like kind of like smiling about it. He kind of was the one protecting her during the green wedding and while things were getting all chaotic. So there's been a relationship there. There's been a connection there, and they kind of like were very subtle with those seeds being planted, and obviously a lot of seeds ended up being planted.
The seed
literally.
is strong. The seed is strong.
So it is pretty... It is a very unfortunate situation that none of the kids essentially have any Targaryen look in them at all.
No.
Because that probably would have shut a lot of people up. Yeah. There probably wouldn't have been any questions at all about it.
But okay, so like we talk about this all the time, how the firstborn child typically looks like the father. The secondborn child typically looks like the mother. What the fuck? She got nothing.
Nothing.
Harwin's seeds are strong. And again, strong. Family name. Yeah. The seed is very, very strong.
Literally. It's amazing.
Yep. Miranda Rojas, what are with these rats? Is it symbolic? I thought the same thing too. Why did they show the rats other than... Ooh, I have a theory.
I've noticed 2.
Foreshadowing something, rats are usually known to have negative meanings. They're always scurrying around in the right places in the keep. But could it mean some type of... like... Yes, like foreshadowing, like disease, sickness, something.
I've noticed 2 scenes with rats. Again, shit is dark. There was one, like, looked like it was drinking the blood.
Yes.
At the end of the
blood
wedding episode. And then this last one, there was
just
a rat kind of just like moving around the mantle.
Yeah.
So I don't know what the deal is with that. I think it's pretty obvious because they're making it very, very focused. It's like almost like the camera's like moving in on them and being like, oh, hey, by the way, look, here's a rat.
They're focused.
Just letting you know, like, hey, there's a rat here.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means. I think it's clear that something's up. But yeah, I've noticed them a couple times, and I don't know, it's something that is definitely caught in my focus and my attention to this point. So I think it's a definite interesting situation that's playing out with the rats, because everything in this show is deliberate. It's the Game of Thrones. It's the way it goes. If they're showing you something, it's probably for a reason.
On purpose.
But it is time to reveal the poll results, and everyone in the live chat.
79% are Team Rhaenyra. Only 20% is Team Allison.
That math doesn't add up.
It doesn't
How does that
at
make
all.
any sense?
That doesn't.
Very interesting. I've said this before.
We're still missing a percentage.
I'm not Team Rhaenyra. I'm not Team Allison. I see point of views of both of them. I love both the characters because they are both so interesting and just influencing the story and the world so much. Again, I'm just going to sit back. I'm going to watch the drama. I'm going to see it play out. And I'm going to enjoy the shit out of it, because this kind of drama is a lot of fun to watch in a TV show. And I just cannot wait to see how it plays out.
I'm Team Rhaenyra.
You're Team Rhaenyra?
I am.
Team Black?
Well, I just... I feel bad for Allison. Please don't get me wrong. But I say this like 1,000 times. I want better for her. I want her to do better. I want her to be a queen. I want her to keep the peace. And I want to be able to respect her. I
don't know if I could pick a side.
I don't love that Rhaenyra had to go, have babies with the commander. I wish that their marriage could have been different, but that's just not the way. You're not marrying for love, you're marrying for power. Handmaid's Tale.
And the reason why it's hard for me to pick a side is because I don't really agree with either one of their decision making. I don't agree with the way Rhaenyra is handling stuff. I don't agree, even though I sympathize for Allison, I don't agree with the way she's handling things. I think both of them are so caught up in so much bullshit. Well,
also, her body is writing a check or what is it? You're writing a check, your body can't...
Cash. Yeah.
Something like that. I don't know. She's not going to be able to fulfill all of Larys's wants and needs.
The thing is, if she does, it's going to creep into some pretty crazy territory for her. You guys want me to pick a side? Fine. I'm Team Daemon. How about that shit?
Oh, shit.
Huh? Team Daemon. I think Daemon is so interesting.
Yes. We haven't even gotten to that discussion, really.
I mean, Daemon, I'm kind of disappointed for Daemon's handling this episode, because again, 10-year time jump, we show up and he's got kids, he's married, he's in a new place, like basically making deals like, oh, I'm going to use my dragons and make money, and like he's content with this life as a visitor.
I don't think he's content. I don't think he's content at all.
I don't know. It's just an interesting thing, and it felt like a big shift in his character from what we have seen. Even though I think he's the most interesting, he's super mysterious. I think there's a lot of story still with him, for sure.
Don't you like how everybody was so mad at us because we didn't like Daemon? But it's not because we necessarily just hated him. It's just that
he's portrayed in a certain way, clearly, in the show.
The writing is working.
Yeah, 100%. Like, what is he gonna...
They made him look terrible.
Like, what is he gonna do now? I don't know what his play is gonna be. I mean, he's got 2 girls that he needs to take care of. Does he go back to Dragonstone? Does he have, like, another conversation and meeting with Rhaenyra? Do they have a conflict? Do they get on the same page?
I don't think Daemon is going to get anywhere.
Does he become the hand? Ooh. King Viserys is going to need a new hand. More ways than one. More ways than one.
Oh,
I'm wondering what that future is going to look like. Who does Viserys name hand? Does Daemon find out and go make his case? I don't know. Like, Daemon's a really hard character to read. I'm not sure what his play is going to be next. And I think that's part of the thing that I love so much about his character and his story so far through these first 6 episodes. It's just a big unknown. And I'm all for it. And I just can't wait to see where it goes. Let's check out some super chats.
I just had one other one. Joe, thank you for the 10.
There was one other one.
79% for Rhaenyra, 20% for Alicent, and Steve makes up the 1% for Daemon. What do you mean? Rhaenyra's not single. Daemon and Rhaenyra are both single now. Do the math. They're not
single at all.
I mean, she's technically still married. I mean, if that's what you mean, like, because she's not sleeping with her own husband. She's free to mingle. She's not. I don't.
Being single and being free, like, or being single and being free to do what you want are 2 different things. Hold on, I need to get in here.
You get in there, babe. You get in there. I feel like my whole discussion today has just been absolute chaos. I have no, like, solid thoughts, and I cannot convey the solid thoughts. Schnick, also, thank you for the 5. Love you too. I gave you a heart visually, but not verbally. Thank you.
Alicent's ego is writing checks her butt. I don't think it's Alicent's ego at all. I think it's the corruption that has impacted her. See, I think that's why so many people hate Alicent. They don't understand. I feel like a lot of people are having a hard time understanding where she's coming from. Because, again, she's been literally corrupted and influenced and used since she was a child. So I think it's more than her making decisions just based off of her own mindset. She's being influenced.
Paul, becoming a girl dad changes a man, asked Steven. Word, thank you for the 5.
I mean, yes, 100% becoming a girl dad changes everything for me. I went, like, and I even saw the change in my dad, who became a grandfather for the first time, who was Mr. Tough Guy, who became the softest, paint my nails, rolling around on the ground, goofy dude with our oldest daughter when she was first born. It definitely changes you. I'm pretty sure I would have the same shift if we had a boy.
Yeah.
But there's just something, like, the moment I found out I was having a girl, besides pooping my pants and thinking about, like, the future and all the shit that I'm gonna have to deal with as a dad of a girl, like, my heart changed. Like, I literally shifted inside.
And I personally did not want boys. I wanted only girls, so I always get what I want. No, I'm just kidding.
So yeah, becoming a girl dad definitely changes a man, and Daemon's got twins, so
yeah,
it's definitely going to shift his mindset.
I would have liked to see him holding the girls. That was a very sweet moment, but you can't show any weakness.
Yeah.
Daemon can't show weakness. Schnack again with the 5. Thank you so much. Changed for me what transpired with Alicent and Rhaenyra after she gave birth. Well, I don't like that. I didn't like that. I want to see the baby now. Bitch, then you come to my room to see the kid. Fuck it. I mean, obviously she didn't want Rhaenyra to also come with to see the baby, but, like, that was bullshit right there. That's rude. Like, Alicent shouldn't, like, I don't like that at all.
But how about Rhaenyra?
I was so pissed at that.
How about Rhaenyra, like a boss, getting up, getting dressed,
just gave birth and go walk over there,
and literally leaving a trail of blood.
I mean, I don't know about y'all. I couldn't have done that. When I gave birth to, like, even my second child, I was destroyed. Justin, to celebrate my wife being pregnant after 8 years of IVF. Yeah,
Let's go, Justin!
Congratulations!
Hell yeah!
8 years of IVF, my friend.
Hearts in the chat for Justin.
Purple hearts in the
Let's
chat,
go.
you guys. Justin, congrats to you, friend.
Oh shit,
North with the 5 gifted subs. Aaron, 8 months, 7th heaven. Grawl, thank you so much.
It's a good segue. There are gifted memberships on the channel, y'all. You have to opt into them. But if you ever want to contribute, that's a way to contribute. It's all very much appreciated and helps our future goals.
So Kai, X Archie, Crazy Cat Lady, Clowns, and Matthew R gifted a sub from North. Thank you, North.
Let's go, yo,
That's
in the
very
chat for
sweet.
North. Hell
Oh my
yeah.
God, Justin, that's amazing. I personally know someone that did IVF. I think it took them a couple of times. Man, that looks incredibly rough. Like heartbreaking, joy, like all the emotions. So congratulations to you, friend. We love babies here.
Yeah, that's amazing. Congratulations. Does anyone have anything else?
I don't know. I like the fact that Aegon isn't stupid like Joffrey or Viserys. He's just like his father looks like. Wait, what? Well, I mean, there's less inbreeding.
I don't know.
So far.
Jerking off and out of a window.
That just
over
seems immature.
That's pretty stupid.
But
Adventurous, maybe.
also they haven't really inbred that much yet. I mean, you know, Cersei slept with Jaime, so that's why Joffrey was such a fucking weirdo.
But again, he was a product of manipulation as well.
Word.
All right, if you guys don't have anything else,
Wait,
we're going to...
in episode 1, when the Maester still Viserys about the C-section, the first thing he asks, can you save the child? But the first thing Daemon asks, will the mother survive? Aw, that's true.
Yeah.
That was sweet. Thank you, Deblina. Viserys' first wife with his cut. Oh, gross. Nicholas, thank you for the 5. I think Rhaenyra and Alicent are so similar, and they do not realize that. Ooh. That is true.
I think they are very similar. Mm-hmm. And they're just living on opposite ends of the spectrum of, like, life.
Yeah.
Which is very interesting.
Yeah. What's up, Osh?
So to wrap up, I think this was another banger of an episode. The time jump was jarring, but for me personally, I got used to it pretty quickly. I thought they did a really good job casting the older actors and the younger actors to kind of line up. I don't think it was too jarring in terms of a difference. But yeah, I think this show is really good. I'm very much enjoying it. I think it's definitely on a good road. And we've got 4 more episodes for season 1. So
Yeah.
I think it's going to be really interesting.
And just another heads up, if it happens in the books, but it hasn't happened in the show, I don't want to hear about it.
How do you feel about how things are to this point?
Good. I mean, obviously, there's some things I wish could be done or could not be done, but overall I enjoy this show very much.
All right, that's going to do it for the podcast.
I'm sorry about my
You're fine.
detached chat.
It's not as much as you
I
think. It's fine.
Like, I can't form even a complete thought or sentence. I'm struggling. Somebody said Mercury's in retrograde. I don't really believe that stuff, but can I help you? I'll be right back. You and your towel on my leg.
Hello? That's weird. My headphones turned off. Are people talking? Yeah, you guys don't get to decide on what a spoiler is, just by the way. We make those determinations. Expectation setting. If you know what's coming, that's a spoiler. I know it doesn't seem like a lot, but it definitely has a major impact on certain things. And again, we don't have any knowledge of the source material. We don't have any knowledge of the post-episode interviews. We don't watch the coming up stuff. We don't watch any of that stuff. So yeah, if you're trying to talk or hype that kind of thing up, you're gonna get shut down. Just so you're aware.
Yeah. And stuff.
And it's time to order my Wednesday lunch.
Yep.
Sandwich from Firehouse.
I might actually want one.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Is this the side I usually use?
I don't remember.
I eat a lot of sandwiches, y'all. It's my favorite thing to eat for lunch.
So, MD, that would be a spoiler. Sir Kristen Cole is going to play a bigger role in the future. That's a spoiler.
That's a spoiler.
So, I think you've been told multiple times now that the things that you're saying are spoilers. So, I think it might be time to hide you. I'm sorry.
No, I'm ordering from a different place today. Like, why is that so hard to understand? I don't understand.
And again, if it hasn't happened in the show, then it hasn't happened. Thanks, you guys.
And again,
thanks, you guys, for being here.
That's our determination. That's our rules for doing the stream. Like, we'll stop live streaming if people can't figure it out.
Or we just won't read the chat. We'll stream it.
Which is impossible.
Let people go ham.
It's like we've almost had to shut down the Discord channel because people just
go nuts.
Don't understand. They can't grasp
No, Aaron,
the idea.
don't worry about it, my dear. Love your face.
It's fine.
Can someone tell me where the episodes that were supposed to be between 5 and 6 went missing? A couple episodes. Yeah, I mean, we talked about that. It's just, I would have maybe one episode in between, you know? Like, good night, Trisha, love your face, thank you.
It's very frustrating.
Well, some people just need to be called out publicly. Like, it's one thing when a mod keeps telling you stop doing that, but if I have to call you out publicly, maybe then you'll stop.
What do you want, a small?
Yes, please.
Meatball?
I want an extra large. Thank you so much. That's what she said.
Hello?
And it's easy to not be that person. Thank you, Elaine.
It is easy to be that. It is easy to not. I don't understand why it's so hard.
Yeah, well, that's what Elaine is saying.
I know.
Elaine is saying
I'm agreeing with them.
It's easy to be.
I don't understand. Just don't. If it hasn't happened past the episode we're on, just don't say it. It's like what my parents always told me when I was a kid. Think before you speak.
Leilana. Yeah, girl. Yeah.
Why can't I find this? What is happening?
Someone who reads the books and knows what happens. Look forward to everyone's reaction so I know not to spoil for. Thank you, Clipstick. Thank you. Favorite characters so far? Rhaenyra.
We already talked about that. White or wheat?
Wheat, please.
Side pickle or no pickle?
Thank you, Schnick. Is Damon on his way to becoming one of your dudes?
I mean, I don't know if he has the proper, moral thought process to be one of my dudes.
Yeah, he does some pretty shady stuff. Oh, I didn't realize. By the way, I'm wearing shorts today. That's a leg.
Oh.
That's an actual leg. I do have legs. I do. Normally, there's sweatpants covering legs.
I think he's
an actual leg.
I think he's amazingly entertaining. I think he's so good as a character, but I don't know if he... I mean, we're talking about, Jon Snow. I mean, Ragnar did a lot of shit that was questionable, so Daemon
cheated
could...
on his wife.
Daemon could get on the list.
That's true. I didn't think about that. Yes, obviously get the pickle. Obviously.
Already said. Rick Grimes. Who else? I'm brain farting on
Punisher.
Frank Castle. The Expanse. Why am I brain farting on dude's name?
Amos.
Amos is one of my dudes.
The Last of Us stuff. I don't know.
We'll see. We gotta see what our year looks like.
Is that Sisu? Sorry to bother, but how does it work when you just came in the family sticker? I mean, can I chat with you on Discord? Yeah, go on Discord. I mean, don't at us all the time. If you have a question, please leave it in the Questions for Mods channel.
Uhtred, son of Uhtred.
Make sure that you read the rules for each room. Don't just go posting spoilers and stuff, because you could get immediately banned and that would suck. But like, yeah, just, come on in, chat, and, if there's something that we feel that we can, chat with you about, we would love to join in and chat along with you guys, and just, obviously just be nice to everybody, and it's super fun.
Sell you on The Last Kingdom in 30 seconds. Amazing story, amazing character, a lot of fun action.
Swords! Sorry. Oh, both, but go for Handmaid's Tale first. If you're struggling to get through the first 2 episodes of The Last Kingdom, then I would say go to Handmaid's Tale. What?
If you're struggling through the first 2 episodes of The Last Kingdom, then maybe you're not cut out for a slow burn first season. Because it's kind of what it is.
Stream elements.
Yeah, there was an issue.
An outage. They always have a fucking outage. How can you fuck shit up so constantly?
But just like with Black Sails, you got to get through the first season. And it just kind of ramps up from there.
We don't have Twitch anymore. We are all
we live stream here.
All YouTube all the time.
Yeah.
Oh my god, X Archie is such a good show. It is such a good show. The actors on Handmaid's Tale, top notch, amazing.
I mean, Gary, I think the community is pretty close to, well, community kind of fucked up with Squid Game, but it wasn't their fault. When people are very pushy about watching a show, generally they have nailed it in the community. So I had no doubt that The Last Kingdom was going to be awesome. People have been talking about that since we started Vikings.
Yeah. That and Vikings Valhalla, which I think I'm just going to watch offline. So.
Do they even have it? We just said there is no Twitch for us right now.
And I didn't even realize that the main actor, June, directs the episodes. I don't know if she directed all the episodes, but so far in season 5, I've noticed that she's the director. Amazing. Hello? What's up, Leon? Yes,
like button.
Under His Eye. Blessed Day.
You missed the no power outage at the end of the episode? I don't! Shit.
Oh, that was awful.
Oh,
okay, I gotta say, this lipstick, I'm not impressed. The Maybelline Matte Ink or whatever, it
nice.
It was gone before damn it. Yes, she freaking nails it. So good.
Is Damon evil?
Didn't she do 4? I've watched 4 of the episodes, and I think she's done all 4.
I don't know if evil's the right word. Handmaid's Tale.
Well, my mom is in. I don't know if she's still here. Hi, Mom! She doesn't want to...
No, we don't watch... I don't know how many times we have to say this. And it's not directed at you, Melanie. But no, we don't watch anything leading up to the next episodes. We stay completely blind, as blind as possible, going episode to episode. We have another Scentbird sponsorship coming next month.
Yeah. I always get floral scents. I just got, I need to look it up. What is it called? need to figure out what it's called. Gosh darn it.
I don't think I have a favorite episode. I think they're all just really good in their own right. Yes, we saw the Ryan Reynolds stuff. Is this on Twitch or actually YouTube? Alright, I think the person's just trolling now. I don't know what's going on. Just leave it. I don't know what's happening. We have not seen the trailer for Last of Us, no. That is a good assumption. Someone asked if we were going to watch it, and they're like, there's no spoilers, you played the game. I'm like, well, actually, watching the trailer for that show would be a huge spoiler. Because you get to visually see what it looks like in live action. And I think Pedro Pascal as Joel is going to be super interesting.
Okay, what did I get? Okay, I got Heretic and Commodity. I got Rain and Floorgasm. I gotta tell you, I did not like the Floorgasm. I didn't like that one. My Way by Armani. I will look into that one. Let me see what's on the queue.
I don't know if Viserys is a good king. He's kind of weak. He's kind of easily influenced.
I got Michael Kors Wanderlust coming up.
I think he is the benefit of a pretty peaceful time for the most part.
I know.
Okay.
I gotta
Just
leave
checking.
in 5 minutes. We're good. It's not floral. It's really not. It's Florgasm. It doesn't smell. I don't know. I should have picked a better one. Is Wanderlust good? Oh, sorry. I thought you were talking about the other one. Yeah, it only gets 2.5 stars, the Floorgasm one. Which, that sucks. But Wanderlust, no, I was thinking October, so it's probably more of like a fall scent. What are the notes on this one? Flirt of a scent, teases your senses with lush almond milk, clove-dusted cookies, tiny purple heliotrope, tart spice, and a woody resinous finish as silky as a creme brulee. Wearing this scent is like slipping into an expensive dressing gown made of ivory silk. Oh, sounds real fancy. Everbloom? Goddamn. Do we need like a perfume? Like, what was the other one? Okay, I got Heretic and Commodity. I got Rain and Floorgasm. I gotta tell you, I did not like the Floorgasm. Why?
Because Joe made a clip and he shared it.
Oh. Whatever. What was the other one?
I mean, Deadpool 3 is not coming out for 2024, so...
Hold on, let me write these down. My Way and...
There's no reason to be excited right now.
Who's Everbloom made of? Made by? Words are really hard today. I don't like anything too sweet. My Way. That one doesn't come up on Scentbird. Oh, Shiseido. Okay. Shiseido. What did you just turn on?
It was my work email. Alerting me of my meeting that was earlier.
I like the J'adore by Dior. That one's a really good one.
I have not been playing any video games lately. Oh yeah, we talked about Viserys for a while earlier in the podcast.
You have to be on like so much during our podcast that I'm like, I'm tired now.
Favorite soccer team? I don't watch soccer.
Cinnamon bark, roasted almond, spiced bark. Ooh.
I mean, God of War Ragnarok's would probably be the next game I play.
Fall cashmere captures the luscious vibes of a much anticipated autumn season. Cinnamon bark gives this fragrance the quintessential autumn vibe that we crave, paired with the cozy warmth of roasted almonds for a rich and nutty aroma. Lastly, notes of spiced ginger make this seasonal favorite wearable all year long. Thank you. And I gotta go.
Have not seen anything Spartacus related.
No. But anyways, on that note, have fun with Steven. I gotta go pick up children. But I'll see y'all later.
I'm gonna get off in like 10 minutes.
That's what you said?
Or sooner. I'm tired.
Oh my god.
You're drawing a picture of us?
Uh-oh. Don't do that. I need to remind myself to get more of these notebooks. But I love you guys. Hang out with Steven. Have a good day, a good night, a good week. See y'all later.
Yeah.
Stay safe out
buddy.
there. Yeah, my glitter pen
is it
is
dead?
finally out of ink.
Oh, we're gonna watch Black Phone. It was in a poll. It'll be in a poll again. It just lost to Top Gun Maverick. We are not reacting to the Dahmer series now.
Okay,
How about the Cowboys beating the Giants on Monday night? I mean, it's not something to be proud of. If you lost to the Giants, there'd be a big problem. Is there someone Nikki likes? What does that mean?
What does that mean?
Black Series Mando helmet? No, I think it's just the regular Mando helmet. How about the Cowboys? I wouldn't be excited about them. They're not a good team. Even with a backup quarterback who could get better, who's putting up better performance than Dak. You're beating the Cowboys? Or who have the Cowboys beaten? The Eagles are gonna fucking smash the Cowboys. The Giants should be 0-3. Bottom line. The Cowboys aren't. They have two nice players on defense. Well, they have one, like, if he stays healthy, gonna be a fucking legendary player. And then you got, like, one really awesome player on offense and a running back tandem that works. No, I'm a Giants fan. I'm not a Cowboy. Fuck the Cowboys.
Oh my goodness gracious. Thank you so much. Alright, bye. Love you.
Bye. Yeah, the Cowboys are going to beat the Commanders next week and everyone's going to be like, how about them Cowboys? It's like, so what? all it's doing is creating a false sense of their team being good. The Cowboys are to football what Olive Garden is to Italian food. Yeah. I mean, they haven't won a championship in like 30 years. And it's like, haven't won a playoff game. Go Cow, like, they still come in and try to like talk shit. The Bears and Vikings have really surprised so far. I think the Giants are going to beat the Bears. I mean, the Cowboys have the same record as the Giants, currently. That's not a good thing. Oh, you're asking about comic book characters that Nikki likes? Shit, I don't know. No, I'm not into motorsports. That's why I always ask you guys, be very specific to your questions. Because sometimes I don't see your first comment that was linked to that one. I'm new here. Did you ever play Steven? You look like you could play football? Yeah, I played 4 years in college at a small D3 school. How about them Packers? That's another team I wouldn't be too excited about. Packers fans should not be excited. I mean, the NFC kind of sucks, so anything's possible. Congrats on your win over my Panthers. I'm a Panthers YouTuber, and like, oh, that's awesome. Nice. What's up, Corey? I'm sorry that you guys are wasting Christian McCaffrey's career. I love college football. I'm sorry you have to deal with Baker Mayfield. The Bills, I think the Bills are, if they could get their defense back to being healthy, they had like a bunch of players out on Sunday. A Giants fan. I don't have my Giants. Where did Nikki put my Giants stuff? Oh, my Giant stuff's like buried all the way over in this corner. Hold on. Over in this corner. I'm a Notre Dame college fan, yeah. We don't need to talk about that. The Chiefs? I think the Chiefs are awesome. Patrick Mahomes is the best quarterback that I've probably seen in I don't know, 30 years? Jimmy G will be fine. He had off-season surgery. He had no preseason. He's gonna look rusty. Everyone was so excited for, what was his name, Buell? Battlestar Galactica? No. They need to trade. You can't trade Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones ain't tradable. No one's gonna. He's gonna be a free agent. He's gonna get a backup role. Giants are gonna be back to square one when they draft a fucking rook. Well, if they keep winning games, they're gonna get a shitty draft pick. Ever heard of rugby? Yeah. They played rugby in my college. There was a rugby club team. Daniel Jones is not tradable, and I also don't think Daniel Jones is the problem. I thought he made some really good plays on Monday night. I don't think Tyrod Taylor is better. He's going to run into the same problems that Daniel Jones is running into. Just going to have defensive players in your face constantly because the O-line is still garbage outside of left tackle. Lamar Jackson is not going to be available. They're just... Did they come to an agreement on a new contract? I thought they did. Yeah, he signed a... Oh wait, when was that? I thought he signed a new contract. Did he not sign a new contract? Oh, he declined their... Oh. That was in September, yeah. The Ravens are going to re-sign him. He's not going to be a free agent. There's no way. Yeah, we're not going to watch Battlestar Galactica. You're also a Notre Dame fan? Nice. Good share in your pain. Hope Herbert can get healthy. Hope Herbert can get on a different team. Because damn. H. Aaron Rodgers last season? Probably not. Have you ever been injured or injured anyone in football? I've had many concussions. My worst injury came from wrestling in high school. Later, Jen. Dude, Herbert is a superstar. Being held back by a young, reckless coach and being on the Chargers. I've had like 6 or 7 concussions in my life. I had one really bad one in college where they gave me the alphabet test that I failed. Tickets can be tickets are very expensive for football, especially in LA. Super Bowl champs. I'm sure it's cheaper to go to a Chargers game, but I haven't been to the new stadium yet. All sporting events in LA are expensive. My concussions don't show? Is that what you're saying? Russell Wilson's having a hard time with the Broncos? Yeah. Terrible coach. You could tell that I've had some brain trauma. I lose my thoughts very quickly. I stutter sometimes. Sometimes I brain fart a lot. Have you ever broke an enemy's collarbone? No. I don't think it's something to be proud of. What about NBA? Are the Lakers going to be good? Hell no, the Lakers aren't going to be good. I'm not really I like basketball. I'm not a huge fan of the NBA. I still look good. Thank you. Appreciate it. The Lakers are going to be a fucking dumpster fire. Gronk will not. I would be shocked if Gronk returns. Warriors winning it again this year? Maybe. They're really good. Bucks are really good. You want to talk about a dumpster fire? How about my Brooklyn Nets? That's the team I root for. All right, I got a couple more minutes before I sign it off. Raiders dumpster fire. Yeah, it's kind of an unfortunate situation. Josh McDaniels is gonna get fired and go back to New England again. USADA hasn't tested Connor since he snapped his leg. I bet he's on that shit. Probably. Fuck Connor. Most overrated fire in the history of the UFC. But Durant and Kyrie are back. With Ben Simmons. That should be... Wait, Ben Simmons is... Where is he now? Is he in Brooklyn? He's in Brooklyn, right? Long-suffering Trailblazers fan. Ooh. I don't know if there's anything that'll get the Blazers back to being good. Damian Lillard's old now. They lost their opportunity. Is this Tom Brady's last season? I think so. He signed a deal to do television with Fox, so I would imagine this is it. And the Bucks don't look good. I'll probably watch the finals, I'll probably watch some of the World Cup. I don't like watching soccer. I can't watch a sport where you have to spend 90 minutes and there's a high likelihood that the game is 0-0 at the end. But World Cup soccer could be, there are moments where it's exciting. So I'll probably watch some of that. Giselle's last season, yeah. CP3's last chance to win a title. I think that ship has sailed. Suns are gonna be really good, but I don't think they're gonna win anything. Alright guys, I'm going to sign off. Thank you again for all the super chats. Thank you for the gifted members. Again, if you want to join the channel, there's a link at the top of the chat. It helps very much joining the channel, and you get some perks with it. You get to vote on movie night. That'll be back next week. You get to submit questions to the podcast. Guaranteed to get stuff read on stream and drive the conversation on the podcast. So if you can, we appreciate it. And there's gifted memberships as well now on YouTube, so that's really cool. So gotta get some games in, Osh. Gotta get some games in. But thank you guys. I appreciate y'all all the time. We will be back for tomorrow's video. Will be Top Gun. See you later. Peace.